We have have a shooting. One male is deceased on the scene at just before 1 a.m. this morning. Northwest Division officers were dispatched to this location for a disturbance call. Upon arrival, they didn't really know what to expect. Upon arrival, they heard gunshots. So I'll get to the backstory a little bit. Just prior to the officer's arrival, a 20-year-old female, apparently a pregnant female, who lives in the back of the apartment complex, had a disturbance with, we believe, a boyfriend. The male at some point made entry into her residence, apparently kicked the door in, and started physically assaulting the female. At some point, the male made his way, left the location, left the apartment, made his way to the front of the complex here, at which point a male relative of the female who had been assaulted and the female also made their way to the front of the residence here, and a shooting occurred. Apparently the female, the male relative of the female who had been assaulted shot and then killed the male who had assaulted her earlier. As officers arrived, they actually heard the gunshots, and we had one set of officers arrived at the back of the complex, and the other arrived in the front of the complex. The male suspect, who was armed at the time, was taken into custody without further incident. And if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to try to answer those.
Was this like a self-defense shooting then, or? Not
sure. That's going to be under investigation. Our homicide division will, of course, come out and investigate the details. That's potentially what occurred, but again, we cannot say that with any great deal of certainty at this point. Initially, one of the witnesses on scene mentioned, I didn't actually speak to her personally, but mentioned that there was some type of weapon involved in the initial encounter. But again, all that's going to be part of the investigation.
Your questions, Tim?
No.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.